welcome to another Little Green Workshops video tutorial. This time we're making lemon cream pie soap. Now before we start, we're going to take some of the water we normally add with the caustic soda. We're just taking a tablespoon of water, putting it in a separate jug, because this is what we're going to mix our titanium dioxide, which is going to make the white part of the lemon cream pie soap. So we just mix that through thoroughly with our tablespoon of water, and make sure that that's all mixed in well. Make sure all the stuff's off the bottom of the jug. So that's our first colorant. Then if you follow the quick cold process soap making method video that we've previously made, we've got up to this stage and we poured in our fragrance oil. And we'll just give that a quick stir, and then we will get that up to a very, very light trace, because we're going to be splitting this soap batter, into two parts, one for the white part of the soap and one for the yellow part of the soap. So just quickly bring that up to trace with the stick blender. So the fragrance oil we used was Lemon Zest, and we have that in our online store. As you can see, it just sits on the top, any splashes there. So I'm just going to give that a quick stir, just make sure that I haven't missed any bits when I was stick blending. And now I'm going to split the batch into two. So I'm going to pour about 600 mils into the jug there. Leave the remainder in there. So what I'll do next is I will add the titanium dioxide colorant. So I'll just pour that into the main part of the batch. And I'll just give that a quick stick blend to mix that through thoroughly. Now you can make this part of the soap, or this section of the soap, a little bit thicker than the yellow part of it. The yellow part is the base, and the top is the white cream on top of your lemon cream pie soap. So it can be quite thick, not so thick that you actually can't pour it into the mold, but we'll see that as the video goes through. So that's mixed thoroughly now, nice creamy. Now we're going to do the yellow part of the soap. So we just pour, it's about 5 mils of yellow colorant there. And just quickly stir that through with a very small whisk. So just until it looks like lemon filling in a pie. So that's mixed quite well through. So that's a nice yellow colour there. And that's about the consistency we want. You can see that the batter's still quite fluid. Hasn't started to solidify yet. But you can see that there, it's at a light trace, because you can see the drops are sitting on top of the batter. So we'll get the lined soap mould. We've lined it there with cling wrap or cling film. And we'll just pour the yellow layer in first. So that's about half the mixture. So just use a spatula and get all that out of the jug. Don't want to waste any of this good stuff. So we'll just level it now, because that layer has to be level. So just a bit of a jiggle in the mould and that levels it out. So we're just going to set that aside to harden a little bit. So it's only for a few minutes. So we'll bring back the white layer, which has hardened quite a bit because we gave it an extra blend. I'm going to blend it a little bit more just to firm it up. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to be able to make stiff peaks on top of this layer with a spoon, so it looks like a meringue. That's the sort of effect we're trying to get with this soap. Now I'm going to add in some calendula petals, and this is not only good for your skin, it actually has good healing properties. It actually looks like toasted coconut. Now if we put toasted coconut in, it'd go brown, but with calendula petals it doesn't. It holds its orangey sort of colour. So just mix that through well. So you can see that the soap batter is quite thick now, and that's good. That's the consistency that we want. So we'll just bring the mould back now. And that has solidified a little bit. It's still runny on top. So what I'm going to do so it doesn't sink through is I'm just going to spoon that on top, at least the first layer. So the first couple of centimetres. The good thing is that the white layer is thicker than the yellow layer, and it's not sinking through. That's good, and it's staying in place when I put it onto the yellow layer. I'm making sure I fill all the gaps so there's not going to be any air bubbles in the soap when it hardens. So now that I've got a layer on there, I can plonk on the rest of the white soap batter with the calendula petals in it. So just get the rest of that out with a spatula. Or spoon. Alright, so what I'm doing, it's fairly level now, and I did level it a little bit. And what I'm doing is I'm making stiff peaks, just like you would if you were baking a meringue pie, lemon meringue. So that's why I've called it lemon cream pie. It kind of looks like that when you've cut the soap. Now, I'm finding that it is not stiff enough on top. I'm not getting the peaks that I'm after. So what I can do, and in this instance I did, was I left it for about 10 minutes to harden a little bit on the top. So 10 minutes later I came back with a spoon, and there we go. We can make stiff peaks, and you can see it's a lot easier to make that decoration that I was after on top. So nice big peaks, that's what I was after. So you just pop the spoon in, give it a bit of a twist as you're going along, and you can see that it makes lovely peaks there. Now I'm getting a bit carried away, I think, but it's still making nice stiff peaks on top of the lemon cream pie soap. There we go. So that's the effect I was after. So I'll just put a cardboard stopper on top, and this is to stop the top getting spoiled, your design getting spoiled when you wrap it up in a towel to make sure that it cools down evenly to avoid discoloration. So what I'm going to do now is just move that out the way, and I'm going to get my tray with my old bath towel on it. So it's an old tray, and there's an old bath towel. So you just lay that on top of your tray, and then you pick up your mould, not from the ends but from the sides so the bottom doesn't fall out. Pop it on top and just wrap it up like a baby in swaddling. That's the only way I can say it. So we're going to leave that for 24 hours now before we cut the soap, and then when we cut the soap it's going to look something like this. So that's using our wavy soap cutter, and you can see it's an amazing effect. It's beautiful. And there it is on the side there. Kim's cut it fairly chunky. So a great effect for the lemon cream pie soap. You can pick up all those ingredients over at www.littlegreenworkshops.com.au. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.